Hello, everyone, and welcome to Now Spinning, the official podcast of the Lansing Community College Vinyl Record Club. We meet twice a month to listen to vinyl and talk about music. Stay tuned to learn about how you can get in touch with us and attend our meetings. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Now Spinning. So good to see you all. Sorry it's been a minute since I've been on. I hope you can forgive me. With me today I have...
Andy.
And Tyler.
And I am still Simon Medina,
But
as far as you need to know.
You're back.
I'm back.
I told you he'd be back.
Oh, and here I am, as was promised.
Anyway,
We've got quite a fun one today. Today's meeting theme was Oldies But Goodies, and this was kind of a double-sided theme. On one half, the challenge was bring in the oldest record you own, like oldest released record you own by release date, and people delivered on that front, most definitely. And the second theme was bring in the first record you ever owned, or the oldest, like the first records you can remember buying yourself. And we got quite a few of those as well.
Mm-hmm.
So without further ado, let's jump right into it. The first song that got played was a real oldie. This is like a 40s song, I believe.
30s Dust Bowl.
30s Dust Bowl Ballads, Dusty Old Dust by Woody Guthrie. And this was off...
Dust Bowl Ballads.
Dust Bowl Ballads, yeah.
Dust Bowl Ballads,
and this was like... I think this is remembered as like the first ever concept album in a way. I mean, I don't know if it's so much of a concept album as it's just a bunch of
songs about
like,
the Dust Bowl and how you're barely surviving in 1930s America, too.
Yeah, not a great time to be around, but we got some music out of it. And this one, it's very interesting. Like Woody Guthrie, I mean, he's like the folk singer for a lot of people. Inspired a whole generation of people, Bob Dylan, all that crowd.
Yeah.
But it's not often that I've actually like listened to his music, if that makes sense. I listen to a lot of people that he inspired, but it's very interesting. He's got a very like straightforward storytelling style. I really like that he just says it up front. There's not like a lot of imagery. It's really terrible to be around in the Dust Bowl.
Well, I mean, despair and depression really makes good music.
It can.
It makes the best music.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised.
I can't argue with that, I don't think.
Yeah. Speaking of despair and depression, we have a slew of songs that are recognizable from Fallout 3, from Galaxy News Radio.
Yeah, Oldies Day.
Easy Living by Billie Holiday, Way Back Home, and Happy Times by Bob Crosby, Let's Go Sunnin', and Into Each Life, Some Rain Must Fall by the Ink Spots. All great tracks, all, at least I've heard from Fallout 3. I don't think I've heard them anywhere else. The only thing that's missing is the call-throughs from Three Dog in between that. But those are kind of reminiscent a little bit about 1940s, like early 50s America too. Like Way Back Home, gates are the rustiest, cars are the blah blah blah, the rhymings and all that stuff. Pies crustiest, gates rustiest, stars are the shootiest, stuff like that. It's kind of good reminiscent of happier time and back in 1950s America. But it also kind of shows and works in Fallout 3 too, with stuff being rusty and, you wish you were back on the homestead, like back in Vault 101.
Fallout Shelter like set in a post-apocalyptic when all the nukes blew up?
Yeah, that's the series of games, yeah.
Yeah, like that definitely fits the theme of the movie.
No, definitely.
Yeah.
But yeah, the music definitely. I was expecting Oldies Day. I knew that we were getting at least one Fallout song in here, but we've got quite a few. I was happy to see that.
Yes.
I think that's probably one of the best parts of those games. Is that really adds to the whole to the atmosphere. Like I like the contrast with like the happy-go-lucky like 40s 50s music, and like not all happy-go-lucky, but it's just about like some of them are sad, but it's not like
it's not like sad where it's like, oh man, I'm about to cry. It's like kind of makes you think a little bit.
No, definitely fun stuff. But
yeah.
But anyway, great transition. I'm great at this.
Welcome back, Simon.
Welcome back, Simon. Thank you. We had a song from a little bit more recent. This one's sort of a newer song. Moving Out by Billy Joel. Moving Out, parentheses, Anthony's song. Can't forget the subtitle.
Yeah, so this was actually my first album that I ever bought. The specific record that I brought in was a newer playable version because the original record that I bought was from the upstairs shelf of my library that had no cover, no sleeve, and it was really before I actually knew that those things were there for a reason.
Mhm.
And so there's like a massive skip in the
Yeah.
middle of one of the best songs. I mean, pick your choice. I actually forgot what song it is.
Yeah.
But it just kind of like skips the entire song, really.
Yeah, I like moving out.
Yeah.
Recently I moved out of home, and the first song that I played when I was heading down to my new place was Moving Out, parentheses, Anthony's song by Billy Joel.
I can't think of a better song for that. This is not maybe it's one of my very favorite Billy Joel songs. This whole album, definitely my favorite Billy Joel
Yes.
album.
Oh, yeah.
No
that's
skips all the
most of
way
his
through.
classes are on here.
Like,
I mean, I heard the other day, or read the other day, that this was Bridge Over Troubled Water by Simon & Garfunkel was Columbia Records' #1 selling album. And then The Stranger, Billy Joel, got released, and that outsold it and became Columbia's #1 selling record, which is pretty cool, I think.
oh yeah, I watched I was dog sitting at my parents' house like a couple weekends ago, and on I believe it was Amazon Prime. There's this whole 8-hour in total Billy Joel documentary series, and I was decided, well, I don't have anything better to do. I guess I could look at this, and he's a very interesting character. The more I read about him, the more I want to, know more. It's really encouraged me to dive into his discography. And I'll admit, before that, I kind of wrote him off because he's like a singles artist. He's got some good songs, but he's very.
Some good songs. There's
That's
a lot
what
of good songs.
That's what I
that he
figured
pumped
out. I watched that documentary, and it exposed a lot more stuff about Billy Joel than I really, I didn't really expect out of him. Like a lot of his early stuff, I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah.
He's very singer-songwritery at the beginning, but then he gets more and more rock as it goes on. But anyway,
My favorite
Great
is
guy.
even
Not
some
great
of
guy,
his lesser-known songs are still pretty big bangers.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
great
Mhm.
piano player.
Yes, very much so. I think-
Speaking of great piano players, I actually have a couple more
Oh.
coming up after this.
Mhm.
But we can wrap back around before that, though. We had what is this?
Good transition, Simon.
Oh, Gas Money by Jan and Arnie. Hang on, we got a little bit more before we get to that, but that will pay off in just a minute.
Okay. What song are we going to next?
The one right after it. Do you have anything?
Okay, Gas Money. Okay,
Yeah.
I wasn't sure we were spinning our wheels around.
Nice.
Anyway. Okay, so Jan and Arnie. Who's Jan and Arnie? Well, Jan and Arnie is the precursor to Jan and Dean.
Oh no.
It was originally Jan Barry, Arnie Ginsberg, and Dean Torrance, but Dean was away in the Army Reserves, so Jan and Arnie went and made some 3 singles together. One being "Gas Money," the other being their most well-known song, "Jenny Lee." These were released in 1958, and then Ginsberg. I think Arnie didn't really like the show business life too much, and he went and left that. And Dean came back, and then boom, Jan and Dean, magical.
And the world knew a new evil, but that's okay. We love Jan and Dean in this house.
Jan and Dean deep dive soon.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Tell you, next time I'm out, you can do the Jan and Dean deep dive.
I mean, I don't know how much I'm talking about it all this time. You could take the episodes and just string them together.
Yeah, make a Jan and Dean supercut of every time
Yeah.
that Tyler talks about Jan and Dean.
Okay, next up, we got more kind of car songs, I guess, considering Not Fade Away, Buddy Holly, great track, is
We love Buddy Holly in this house.
is featured in the movie Christine. Have any of you guys, have you two seen Christine?
Nope.
I have not.
Oh, it's Stephen King book
Oh,
originally.
of course it's Stephen King.
And I think it was John Carpenter, I believe, but it's about a 1957 Plymouth Fury, that is like a I don't know if I can say the K word with, it's unaliving machine.
You can say that.
It's a killing machine, and he takes this guy
Evil
who's
car.
just
Okay.
happens to be named Arnie, and it kind of corrupts him because the previous owner was such a bad guy and all this stuff, and the car is evil and stuff. I don't know. Watch Christine. It's a good little horror movie you can watch around Halloween. And speaking of good movies and
Ooh.
stuff, we have more movie stuff. A song featured in Stand By Me, Come Softly to Me by the Fleetwoods.
Oh, this is a
Stand By Me? Anybody?
I
Stand
have
By Me?
Yeah,
Which
they're,
version are you talking about? I mean,
the
there's,
movie,
like,
not the song.
movie version?
Yeah.
Okay.
Jerry
Yeah,
O'Connell and Corey Feldman and
I
Will
think-
Wheaton are doing a tour right now
Oh boy,
because it's the movie's 40th anniversary. Kylie brought this in actually.
I might have
you
seen
know,
that a while ago.
It's a great movie. Stephen King called it. It's based on a Stephen King movie. Wow, lots of parallels here. Or it's based on a Stephen King book.
Mhm.
And Stephen King told Rob Reiner that it was like the best adaptation of his work that he's ever seen. Which is like
That's
it's
high
a thing
praise.
yes, very much so. I like the movie. I recommend you see it. When they're all by the campfire talking about what Goofy is and what food you'd eat for the rest of your life, Come Softly to Me is playing. And that kind of fits with the Fleetwoods kind of being a kind of nighttime group for me.
I agree.
I've been really digging them last month, back in March. I guess I'll just do more movie things because we already talked about the ink spots.
Might as well keep it going.
Mr. Sandman. Anybody know what movie or by the Four Aces? Anybody know what movie this is from?
I don't know if
1985 movie,
um,
blockbuster.
I'm not
Michael
familiar
J.
with.
Fox,
Oh, okay.
Christopher Lloyd, Back to the Future.
Oh, Back to the that's Back
Marty-
to the Future.
I did
yeah.
not know you were alluding to that.
Yeah, Marty goes back to 1955 and he's wandering around and Mr. Sandman by the Four Aces
I'm
is
only
playing.
familiar with was that the Cordettes version?
Yeah,
That's like the original one. That's the one that popped up when I added it to the playlist. That's my bad, but
No, it's all fine.
Was it?
I mean, it's a
by
fun
the,
little song though.
The prom band.
No, that was Marvin Berry and the Starlighters. It was just like song tacked over the thing.
Mr. Sandman.
Yeah, that one.
Ah, I get it. Yes, that one.
And another 80s movie is The Mess Around with Ray Charles. I know you haven't seen Planes, Trains, and
Yeah,
Automobiles.
I was gonna mention that's what I was alluding to when I said there's more great piano players coming up. But Ray Charles, incredible song. I mean, I am admittedly not as well versed in his music as I would like to be, but I know this one. I feel like everybody should know this one.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a good time, fun song.
It was released on his album from 1957, but it was released as a single from 1953.
Jeez, yeah, that's a old one.
Yeah, but it's a whole. Okay, so might as well talk about the famous scene that this song's in. So, Del and Neil, John Candy and Steve Martin are driving down the road, and the radio plays Mess Around, and John Candy's like doing the fake piano and the saxophone and stuff like that. It's a best Thanksgiving movie ever. I've said it before. I'll say it again. I'm sure lots of people would probably agree with me. Funny movie too.
We ought to do just an episode where we talk about movies instead of music. That'd be a fun
That
time.
would be
Hey,
interesting.
I feel like there's already a club for that though. There's definitely already a club for that. We'll get them on here. It'll be a fun
Okay.
time. But anyway, we have a couple.
I'll cut
oh,
back from the talking.
that's
I will
okay.
for a little bit.
No, that's good. We like
it.
it when you have a lot to say. That's yippee. Rolling along to this list here though, we have the second song today from the 70s. This one's another newer one from 1972. Easy Livin' by Uriah Heep, not to be confused with Easy Living, which you talked about a little bit ago by Billie Holiday. This is a very different song. It's like a hard rock thing from the early 70s, kind of prog almost. This band, what's up?
It sounds like the beginnings of Waterloo and Call Me. This beginning of it sounds just like that.
Waterloo by
ABBA.
Waterloo.
I can hold on. I hear it. I can hear it now that you say that. I don't know how that makes me feel, but that's a fun band. They're like almost prog. They're like on the borderline of it. All their album covers though.
Hey, speaking borderline.
Definitely very like prog influenced. This album in particular, this isn't my favorite song on it. This is like my second favorite song. My favorite one is one called The Wizard, not to be confused with the Black Sabbath song The Wizard. I think any like 70s album, 70s prog album that has like a Lord of the Rings related song on it, I don't know why there's a lot of them. Like you can make a whole playlist out of those, but this is definitely one of the better ones. There's like one on Led Zeppelin 4 as well, but that's not really prog. Still though, any 70s hard rock song that has a Lord of the Rings reference to it, I'd give that a 10 out of 10 automatically. But
All right,
Andy,
next
do
we
you want
kinda,
to talk about Chicago?
yeah, but we kind of skipped over a pretty significant artist, Scott Joplin.
oh
the
my goodness,
entertainer.
yeah, piano
Yeah.
players,
Yes,
my bad.
yes.
So
I'm
this
sorry.
this is, if you don't know, this is the king of rag. He's the Maple Street rag. He is the king if you want to know old timey rag. Most of his stuff is usually like when you're doing a like comedy bit, like you're doing like a silent film bit.
I know what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
like
With,
that's usually, you think of Scott Joplin, and that's usually the context of rag. that you're
Charlie
thinking of.
Chaplin, Buster Keaton,
Yeah,
silent movies, stuff
yeah.
like
When you
that.
like you parroting that in the modern day, that you usually put Scott Joplin behind that. Anyway, if you don't know Scott Joplin, check out Scott Joplin.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm starting to realize a pattern here. I'm thinking that a lot of these older songs, the reason that people know about them is because they're in all these movies. I think that's kind of
Yeah.
what's preserving a lot of these songs because
Oh,
I've
I
spent so much
know.
time talking about movies today.
If you actually Looney Tunes, you would be surprised by how many recognizable songs come out of Looney Tunes.
I can definitely think of a few, but we'll do it. Honestly, one of these days we'll probably do another movie episode, another movie meeting. We did one like many years ago, but I think it'd be a good. This was kind of a movie meeting already, but
I mean, I have a couple things to talk about many years ago, but we'll push that towards the end because those songs are kind of towards the end.
So next we got Chicago. Hard to Say I'm Sorry. One of the best Chicago songs. I'm not saying something because they got pretty good songs when you actually know about them. But yeah, it's Hard to Say I'm Sorry. There was a bit where I thought we were transitioning to the next song. It starts off like a very lovely lullaby, like you can slow dance to it, and then it just
Jacob
kind
said it
of,
was kind of sappy.
yeah, but
A
then
little
it just
bit.
kind of
Just a
fades
touch.
away, and then it just boom, brass drop,
that's a
and it goes really hard from that point on, and it's like this particular album has oh god, what was the second one on that album?
I'm not too
Something.
familiar with this one.
I don't know.
Like Hard to Say I'm Sorry, Hard? No, I'm not saying that. We're talking about that. But there's another famous song on here that's actually at the bottom of their sides.
Mm-hmm.
And if you actually listen to these on their own, you wouldn't believe that they're on their sides. But these actually like sound like grand finales, both with hard bass, brass endings to it as well.
definitely.
I feel like Chicago, like their discography is probably near impossible to get it. Not get into, but like if you want to like sit and listen through all of it, it's like you've got what 50 plus albums or so. They have like
They're all named
20
Chicago.
Yeah, they're all like they have 20 plus albums of Chicago. Then insert number here.
I actually have one of their albums that's not a number, Hot Streets.
I have Chicago number 5, the one with Saturday in the Park.
I don't know if I have any of those.
Saturday in the Park.
I'd have to check. But yeah, I mean, that's a fun song. I definitely gets into the arena rock thing though. That's very
Love
80s.
Me Tomorrow.
Love Me Tomorrow. I'm not familiar with
that's
that one.
That's the ending
unfortunately.
to side one, and then ending to side one is Hard to Say I'm Sorry, and then side 2 is Love Me Tomorrow.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Dang. But yeah, I mean that's definitely a nostalgic record. I mean, like if that's one of the ones you first got, but
Oh yeah, it's part of my original collection.
that's very awesome.
Oh, that's cool.
I'm thinking it reminds me of the one that comes up right after this, which was actually off the first album I ever bought with my own money, or ever for that matter. Rubber Soul by the Beatles. It's a little
Very
niche
famous
thing. I don't know if anybody's heard of him before, but I
Who?
played the song. Yeah, exactly. If I Needed Someone, which is
It's great.
great track. Yeah,
I'd say
first
it's more underrated on Rubber Soul, if I'm being honest.
as underrated as a Beatles song can be. I think this is one of my very favorite Beatles songs. By definitely one of my favorite George Harrison songs. It's got a really great like jangly guitar thing going, which kind of inspired the Byrds a little bit, which also went on to inspire a whole lot of other like rock bands throughout like the 80s, 90s, even into like past that, especially with the whole 80s jangle pop thing. This is kind of almost ground zero for that entire movement. I think it's just a really great song, really solid. This also a little bit of lore about this album. This was the first one. This specific record is the first one I've actually ever brought to a record club meeting many moons ago.
Mhm.
And this is I also bought Revolver that same day. I did not play that one today. I ended up giving that
it
to the
away.
club because I found a better copy of it. But this one I'm never giving it away, I don't think, because since first ever album I bought, even if it's a reprint, even if it's not an original. It's got a lot of sentimental value like that, you know. But
yeah.
great album, Rubber Soul. I don't know if you've ever heard of it before. It's pretty good. Check it out.
I mean, if we're going to keep talking about like old stuff from way in the yonder days, old movie nights and like old albums that you brought to the first meeting of the club you ever been in, there were 2 songs played that I'll just mention. You can talk about them because I know you want to talk about the Paul McCartney song, but
We got time.
Over the Garden Wall by the Carter Family and Monkberry Moon Delight, those were 2 songs that we played at the record club back when we were in arts and sciences room like 3311, I think that room is, before we moved to the adult resource center, before we moved to the Office of Empowerment. And this was like, we played it back in what, I'd say 2022,
something like that. Yeah, back in those days,
back in the good old days of yore and stuff like that. The beginnings of the Vinyl Record Club.
Yeah, I might have talked about it when we did that. The first ever playlist episode a couple months like last year. I remember we did an episode about like the first playlist I had on my phone, which was 2022.
You used to like put them on and like send it through an email.
Yeah, now we have Discord, we have technology.
Yeah,
the future is now
Spotify.
Yeah.
Yep.
And Apple Music too.
I still have a spreadsheet though. I keep the spreadsheet.
Yeah, I like the spreadsheets. I remember the first time you had me be temporary secretary.
Like the song,
I would just do the spreadsheets and stuff like that. But I don't know. Then I was just like, oh, this is getting annoying. I'm just gonna write them down, you know.
Yeah, fair enough.
I don't know. I guess on the topic of Paul McCartney, would you like to talk about Paul McCartney?
Oh, well, I never pass up an opportunity to talk about this dude. Yeah, I mean, I played the song Monkberry Moon Delight because this was, again, one of the first songs I ever played in a meeting. Fun little song. This one,
yes,
he's just kind of talking nonsense throughout the whole thing. It's inspired by, according to Paul McCartney, it was inspired by stuff that his like little like children would say to him.
Like they'd call. I was reading about this because I got a job, and the first song that played after I got accepted the job was Monkberry Moon Delight. So I felt like on top of the world. I was like, oh, I'm going to research this, and they pronounce his kids pronounced milk monk.
Yeah, no, all the lyrics.
Weird.
No, it's a fun time.
Yeah,
like it's very representative of that whole album. Ram. It's about like how happy Paul is with his family away from the spotlight. This whole song is just basically just random crap that his kids would say to him, and I think that's very lovely. He also wrote a song
on this album that is a complete jab to.
Oh well,
John
no, it's
Lennon.
not all happiness. Yeah, the first song in the album is him just calling John Lennon out for being like just being John Lennon, and he did not like that one, and he wrote a song back, and then Paul wrote a song back saying he was sorry and everything was right in the world.
Yeah, hallelujah.
Feuding through songwriting. That's how you
stuff.
feud with people.
Yeah.
Moving on, and next up we've got
Pachelbel Canon, also known as Canon and D. And there's a little known joke in the string world. The cello part is super boring. It's just 4 whole notes the entire way through, same phrasing. It just like meanwhile you got the trumpets going bum ba da dan da da dee da da da, and the cello is still stuck on ba da do do. Yeah. Just 4 notes the entire way through. It's really funny when you think about it, but Pachelbel Canon, classic.
This one, I actually have an ancient memory that just resurfaced now that you mention it. Back when I was like a child, I remember I had like this game on the Wii that was like you could like own an aquarium, and there was like one of 2 songs that would play was like Canon in D. So every time I hear that song, I imagine like an aquarium with a bunch of fish in it for some reason, and like it's just I just hit me really hard all of a sudden. I don't know why. If someone could find out what game that was and let me know what it was so I can track it down, please let me know, because I spent a lot of time putting fish in an aquarium back in when I was like 6 years old or 7, something like that.
Speaking of hitting hard, I played Two Little Babes in the Wood, cover of a Cole Porter song by Harper's Bazaar, and it's really good and stuff. And there's like a kind of like a tempo change where it goes da da and then da da da, and Steve, who was at the meeting, he cranked the volume way up. And I was first thing I thought was like, I didn't realize this was like a song you'd like that was worthy of cranking. The
That's a
volume up
banger
too
right
much.
there.
It was kind of loud, but that's all good and cool. It's a great song. If you listen to Cole Porter, I recommend Harper's Bazaar too. I've got their first album. I'll be playing that sometime in the future, probably over the summertime.
Oh boy,
Yeah.
we'll talk about it here.
Alrighty. Should we talk about more influential people?
Oh sure, but yeah, why not?
Okay, we're gonna knock them out here. Gene Krupa, influential drummer, influenced like Keith Moon and all this stuff.
He's the one that came up with the famous "Sing Sing Sing" drum line that opens up the song.
Yeah.
And
He also was the main drummer behind Benny Goodman.
yes,
So it
Yeah.
like till he went solo.
yeah.
But yeah.
And where is it? Les Paul,
Oh yep.
big
Yep.
big guy around guitars, and is like the pioneer of multi-tracking. If it wasn't for him, like music wouldn't be really recorded the same, and just stuff in general wouldn't be recorded the same.
Definitely.
And Mills Brothers, Paper Doll, this cool song that kind of influenced the R&B and rock and roll of the 1950s, which I had on a 10-inch long playing record, which I think is kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
Do we want to talk about any other songs?
Well, if we're on the way out, we have one last song at the very end of the meeting. I feel like this is a fitting closer.
So this is "Sing in the Rain," very famous movie. If you ever seen that guy hanging from the old school
Gene
lampposts
Kelly,
in the rain,
Debbie Reynolds.
that's "Sing in the Rain" during this song, and it's Gene Kelly. As a old movie film geek, I absolutely love Gene Kelly. Fun fact, he actually did a couple movies with none other than Frank Sinatra. Yeah.
That was also, I had an actual album of 10-inch records from like the 50s, and that's, you played that off my thing,
Yeah.
which I thought that was just kind of cool. Oh, old meeting. Let's bring in an album full of old albums and stuff like that.
That was definitely
Yeah.
that was a highlight. I like those.
This movie also, fun fact, stars Debbie Reynolds, the mother of none other than Carrie Fisher.
Rip.
So, yeah.
That's very cool. But yeah, fun meeting today. Lots of oldies. I didn't realize this was going to be like a stealth sequel to the movie meeting episode we did a while ago, but I am not opposed to that. But yeah, good times all around. Fun stuff. If you're interested in hearing any of these songs, you can check out our playlist, which will be linked with the show. You can check. Will also be linked on our website. Thank you all for tuning in. We hope to see you next time.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.